Exercises in networking. I am Radanas Vilashindi from BSIT 2-1. Exercise 1. We have uh, in here we are getting the we are defining the class of 1 to 20 IP addresses, and we are getting the network parts and host parts of the IP addresses. Uh, as we go on by, uh, I'll discuss to you the ranges and what's the host part and the network part of a class A, B, and C. In class A, uh, we have we have 0 to 127 host part. Network part. In 0 to 127, we have only one network part, and the network part of the class A is only the first octet. In class B, we have the range of 128 to 191, and the network part of class B is first octet and second octet. And as we go on, we go to class C. We have the range of 192 to 223 or 223, and we have network part of first octet, second octet, and third octet. That's the network part. Okay, as we go on, we are going now into the diagram or the problem. In number 1, we have class A, because class A ranges to 0 to 127. So the IP address of 100.0.0.1 is a class A class, and the network part of class A have only 100, and the host part is 0.0.0.1. And number 2 problem, we have class C. Why? Because class C is have the range of 192 to 223. 195 is between 192 to 223. So it is a class C. The network part of a class C is first octet and first, second, third octet, and the host part is only the fourth octet. So the network part is 195.10.12, and the host part is 12. Number 3, 199.1.1.2. That IP address gets the range of class C. So it is the same with number 2 problem. So the network part of 199.1.1.2 is only the first octet, second octet, and third octet, and the host part is fourth octet. As we go on, we are going to number 4, because it is a class B. In class B, we have the range of 128 to 191. 176 caught the range of class B. 176 is between 128 to 191. So the network part of a class B is first octet and second octet, and the host part is third to fourth. So As we go on, the diagram is in the network part is 176.8 and host part is 9.2. You get it now? We're going now. Exercise 2. Defining the remark of each classes or each IP addresses. Number 1, we have 100.1.0.0. It is a class A, and also as we go by, I have to teach you the rule in finding subnet address, broadcast address, and usable host. A subnet address have the rule that all host part is 0. And the next one is the broadcast address. The rule of the broadcast address that all the host part of a IP address must be 1, or in other term is 255. All the host parts must be 255, and if it is not 1 or 255, so it is not subnet address nor broadcast address. So if that's the case, so it is a usable host. As we go by on the problem, exercise number 1, 100.1.0.0. 100.1.0.0. Okay, it is a class A. What's the network part? 100. The host part 1.0.0. It is what's the rule of subnet address? All host part is 0. So it is not in the number 1 problem, the host parts are not all 0. So it is a UH. Next, number 2. We have 195.10.12.0. Oh, we have here class C, cause it caught the range of class C 192 to 223. Okay, the network part of class C of number 2 is 195.10.12 and the host part is 0. Oh, there is a 0 in the host part. Where what's the rule of subnet address? The rule of subnet address, all hosts must be 0. So the requirements of subnet address caught by the number 2 problem is a subnet address. Next, number 3. We have 199.1.1.255. That is a class C. So what is the network parts? First octet, second octet, and third octet. So go by, the host part is only the fourth octet. The fourth octet have 255. The host part of number 3 problem have 255. So that is so what's the rule of broadcast address? The rule of broadcast address must be all host parts must be on 1 or 255. So the requirement of broadcast address get the number 3 problem. So number 3 is a broadcast address. Next, as we go by exercise 3, finding the default mask of a IP address. uh, IP of, wait, let's just edit this one, edit this, oops, back, this, back, yan. Exercise 3. We're going to see what is, we're going to uh, find what is the default mask of a IP address. So we have here, before that, I'm going to explain what's the default mask. Default mask of class A. Class A have default mask, bit, class A have bit part of -8, default bit part -8. Class B have default bit part of -16, and class C have default bit part of 24-24. And that is the start of our discussion. So every octet have 8 bit. So first octet have 8, second octet have 8, third octet have 8, fourth octet 8. So it is equivalent to 32 bit. Now let's go on to the exercise 3. So in class A, in number 1, it is a class A, and the network part, the default mask of class A is 255.0.0.0, and the remark of this is -8. And for class B, we have 255.255.0.0, and it is a -16 if it is a default mask. And for class C, we have 255.255.255.0 default mask, and it is a -24 because it is a default mask for class C. As we go on, let's go to exercise 4. Exercise 4. In exercise 4, we are going to find what is the CIDR, was the the given dash. The default mask, or a while ago I teach you how to see what is the what is the default bit mask of a class A, B, and C. Next, the borrowed bit, the host left, how many subnet, and also the host per subnet, and the usable host of that subnetting IP address. In number 1, we have a subnet mask of 255.128. 255 is already 8 bit because it's class A, and it have a 128 on its default mask, subnet mask. 128 is a 1 bit, add 1 bit onto the subnet mask. So 255.128.0.0 is -9, and the default mask is -8, and the borrow bit is 1, default host is 8, host left is 23, and it upon calculating subnet, how many subnet there are, you need to get the borrowed bit 1 and substitute it to 2 exponent b. So 2, the exponent ay the equation of number 1 is 2 2 exponent 1. So 2 exponent 1 is equivalent to 2. So the answer for the subnet is 2. And for getting the host per subnet, we need to substitute 2 exponent HL. 2 substitute 23 is equivalent to 8,388,608 hosts per subnet. And upon getting UH, you just need to minus it up to 2. So 8,388,608 minus 2 is equal to 8,388,606. So upon getting that, you can get all 2 to 20 problems. So that's all for exercise 4. For exercise 5, we have here the given one, that is 172.10.0.0.21. The default mask of 172.10 is -16, and the given subnet bit is 21. We have borrowed 5. We have HL11. We have, upon getting subnet, how many subnet there are? 2 exponent B, and the B is 5. 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16 times 2, 32. So the the answer for how many subnet there are in given one is 32. Upon getting HS, you need to substitute 2 exponent HL. So the HL is 11. So equals 2 exponent 11, and the answer for that is 2048. You have just to upon get how to get UH, you just need to minus 2 the HS. So the difference is 2046. And the IV, how to get IV? Increment value of a IP. Upon getting that, you just need to get the HL, then pag may na 'di ba? Kapag may na po nung 8 sa isang bit ay sa isang octet, 'di ba? 32 yun na octet. Kailangan mo lang doon yung 2, 3 tapos 4 na octet. Okay? Para makuha mo yung increment value. So, ang increment value ay may 11 tayo na host left. May nabuong isang 8. So, ang mangyayari is 0 ang dulo, ang 4th octet, pero may natira tayong 8, 9, 10, 11. May 3. Bale, 2 exponent 3. Oh, yun. Kaya naging 0.0.8.0. So, punta na tayo sa table. All you just need is get the first default mask, first default subnet address. It is 172.10.0.0 plus increment value para mag-up din yung subnet natin para mapunta sa 1 ang subnet natin. So, 172.10.8.0, susunod 172.10.16.0, susunod 172.10.24.0, and so on and so forth. Hanggang makuha yung last na value bago ang 256. Okay, next. Ganun din dito sa B, sa iba, 5. Tara na sa exercise 6. Exercise 6. Sa exercise 6, may given tayo. Given is 200.10.10.2-27. This is a class C, right? Kasi ang range ng class C is 192 hanggang 223. Tama. So, in the solution, we have default mask of 24, subnet mask of 27, bits is borrowed bits 3, HL 5, subnet natin 8 kasi 2 exponent 3 and that's equivalent to 8. Tapos ang HS natin 64 kasi 2 exponent 5 equivalent nun 64, minus natin ng dalawa para makuha ang UH 62. Ang IV natin is may ang IV natin, paano makuha, kunin lang natin yung HL 2 exponent 5, it is 0.0.0.32. So next sa IP, ganun din, add mo lang dun sa may dulo para makuha yung last subnet. Hanggang sa last subnet niya, ayun o, yung subnet 7. Ayun, nakuha na natin yung last. So, we fill in the requirements. The number 1 requirement, the last subnet, ay the last usable host of subnet 2. So, the last usable host subnet 2 is 200.10.10.94-27. Next, then as we go on to exercise 7, hanapin lang natin yung kung usable host ba siya or hindi. Here, lahat usable host dahil default mask pa lang to. Kasi ang default mask ng class C is lahat yan usable host. Pero ang subnet address niya lang is yung rule niya, yung dating rule niya na 0 ang host part, tas ang broadcast address niya is 255 yung host part. Next, dito tayo sa given 2. Yung given 2 kasi na madami nang nag-iba. Sinubnet kasi siya kasi dash 27 siya. Next, makuha yung dash 27. Ito yung solution number 2. Ayan. Tapos ito yung table. Yung iba nakuha ng subnet kasi tinamaan siya yung subnetting natin, tinamaan yung ibang host part tsaka ibang network part doon, kaya naging subnet address tsaka broadcast address. Next, VLSM na tayo. Given 1, this is the diagram. Ang IP natin is 190.100.0.0. ito Ilagan, only have 90. Ang pinakamalapit na host na units doon is 128 na per subnet, kaya yun ang kinuha nating una. Tapos sa susunod, San Mateo, have 60. Pinakamalapit doon, 64 per subnets. Ang Rojas may 50. Ayun, ganun din. Ito ang IP table. Modem 1 to modem 2, modem 2 to modem 3, modem 3 to modem 4, modem 4 to modem 5, and so on and so forth. Ayun. Ang given to natin, ganun din. Yan. Ang una natin is, ang pinakamalaki kasi nating nakuha is Ilagan 400. Ang pinakamalapit lang doon is dash 23 na merong host per subnet na 512. Next, ang Rojas may 250, dash 24 lang yung malapit doon. Tapos host per subnet kasi mas pinakamalapit is 256. Sa Matyo din, 150 units. Ang pinakamalapit din doon talaga ay dash 24. Yun lang. Kasi 2 exponent 8 is 256. Yun ang malapit lang sa 150. Next, ang Palanan. We have 92. 120 pala. 120 na units. Dash 25 yon kasi ang pinakamalapit dun na host per subnet is 128. Next, sa Santiago, ganun din, 128 din yon, dash 25 din yon. Ito ang table. Ang subnet 0 natin ay Ilagan, subnet 1, Rojas, San Mateo ang pangalawa, pangatlo yung Palanan, pang-apat yung Santiago, modem 1, modem 2, modem 3, modem 4, modem 5. Ayan. Given 3, ganun din. Pare-parehas lang yan. San Mateo, ganun din. Tapos ang subnet 0 natin is San Mateo, we have 80 units. Palanan, we have 70 units. Number 2, Rojas, 50 units. 3, Ilagan, 35 units. Santiago, 30 units. Ito ang IP table. Tapos na. Okay. Next.